In this lecture, I am going to cover how to determine the acceleration at any point on the IC engine mechanism. Right? I will write the title as determination of acceleration at any point on the IC engine mechanism. I'm going to deal on this title. We are going to find out the acceleration at any point on the IC engine mechanism. This I will practically demonstrate you, right? How to draw the acceleration diagram and to find out the acceleration at any particular point on the IC engine mechanism, right? For this, let's assume the given data. This data will be given. With this data only, we will be finding the acceleration of of any point on the IC engine mechanism. So first given data will be length of crank. Length of crank. This will be given. Then position of crank. Angular position of crank. Angular position of crank. So this also will be given. Number 3, length of connecting rod. This also will be given, right? Then direction of rotation of crank. So all these 4 data will be given, and with this we will see how exactly we will be finding the acceleration, right? The acceleration diagram can be drawn only after drawing the velocity diagram. So without drawing the velocity diagram, we cannot draw the acceleration diagram, right? So the question of finding the acceleration is inclusive of finding the velocity also, right, at any particular point, right? So I'll just write down velocity diagram. So I'll put it in different colors, right? Velocity diagram. So to draw the velocity diagram, right, how we will proceed? Let us see. To draw the velocity diagram, right? Velocity diagram. For this, number 1, we have to find out the velocity of crank relative to crank, and this one, crankshaft axis, right? Velocity of B relative to O, that we have to find out. For this, see here, and the I have forgotten to specify one more, right? So one more detail also has to be provided, that is the RPM of crank. So RPM of crank also should be given, right? Without that nothing can be done, right? So if you know the RPM of crank, then the steps are like this to draw the velocity diagram. So omega BO is equal to 2 pi n BO. NBO is nothing but RPM divided by 60. So many radian per second. This is the first step, right? With omega BO, we can find out velocity of BO, right? Velocity of point B relative to O, right? That is equal to omega BO into length of OB, that is length of crank. So the length of crank is equal to OB, right? So, okay. So this is the second step. This is the first step. This is step 1. This is step 2, right? So this is step 2. This is step 2. So with these two details are very much essential to draw the velocity diagram, right? Then we'll see for drawing the acceleration diagram, right? What are the essential things, right? So to draw the acceleration diagram, I'll put it here. This acceleration diagram. To draw the acceleration diagram, what details are needed? Let us see. Our first step is to find out the acceleration of radial acceleration of the crank, right? That is A radial B with respect to O. That is equal to omega square into OB, length to OB, right? Length to OB, right? Then this is the first step, right? So second step is to find out the radial acceleration of the radial acceleration along the connecting rod, right? The radial acceleration of B with respect to P. How will you find this? From the velocity diagram, after drawing the velocity diagram, we have to find out what is the velocity of B with respect to P, right? That we have to measure and take it from velocity diagram, right? This divided by length BP, right? Length BP, right? Length BP, right? Length BP. So this will give you the radial acceleration of BP, right? With these two data, right, we will be in a position. And one more thing, this is A radial BO is omega square OB, whereas A tangential OB, right? A tangential OB, I'll put it here, right? With this. A tangential, see, acceleration is made up of two accelerations, right? A tangential OB is equal to 0 because that is alpha angular acceleration into length OB, right? Whereas alpha is equal to 0, right? Because in any system, ice engine or anything, see, when it is running on uniform RPM, at constant RPM, alpha will be 0, right? So we consider the finding acceleration anything at a particular RPM only. So at a particular RPM, alpha is 0, right? Generally, because you take any motor, electric motor or anything, if you take a air compressor, you take an electric motor, it will be running at constant RPM, right? Even IC engine, it will not be too much fluctuating, right? Generally, it will be running at a particular RPM, unless otherwise, in an automobile, you put the acceleration to very quick or something, speed reduced, right? The RPM is generally does not change much, right? So angular acceleration 0, so that is equal to, as alpha is 0, A tangential with respect to BO is 0, right? So normally crank will be rotating at uniform angular speed or RPM, right? So that RPM will not drastically change in a very short time, right? So normally angular acceleration is assumed to be 0. So A tangential BO is 0, right? Now, how to draw acceleration diagram for IC engine mechanism. So now, first of all, we have to draw the configuration diagram, right? So the configuration diagram is, let us assume the configuration diagram is like this, right? So this is the connecting rod and this is the piston, right? So this is how it is, right? So here, this is the crankshaft, this is crank, this is connecting rod. Okay, so this is piston here, right? This is piston here, right? So this is piston here. The piston reciprocate like this. The piston reciprocate like this. The piston reciprocate like this, okay? And let us assume the crank is rotating in clockwise direction. Rotating clockwise. Theta will be given, right? Length, this is, let this be O, let this be B, let this point be P, right? This is P, right? So length OB is nothing but the length of crank, length PB is nothing but the length of connecting rod, theta is the angular position given in the problem, and clockwise is the direction of rotation, and these are all the details given, right? So to draw, now we have to see, now one thing we have to understand is the whole configuration diagram. See, length of connecting rod will be given, length of crank will be given, and the theta will be given. For all these things, we have to draw it to a scale, right? You have to draw you have to make a drawing and not a sketch, right? You have to draw the configuration, the arrangement to scale, right? Perfectly as a drawing, right? Only after drawing configuration diagram to scale, we can draw the velocity diagram and acceleration diagram, right? Without drawing, I have just given it as a sketch only here, whereas in the actual case, what we have to do is, we have to draw this configuration diagram neatly to scale, right? With all the dimensions drawn to scale, right? So now we'll see how exactly we'll draw the velocity diagram, right? So what I will do for this, I'll just extend this line, right? I'll just extend this line like this. Now let us see how we can draw the velocity diagram, right? So to draw the velocity diagram, first of all, we know what is VBO, right? We already calculated, as I explained, VBO is equal to OB into omega BO, right? This is known, right? So first we have to, how the direction will be, see, to how we will draw the omega OB, see, we will keep the set square like this and draw a perpendicular here, right? This will be velocity of B with respect to O, right? So now let us start in the velocity diagram. We will start the point, let the point origin be here, right? O, right? So from what we have to do, we have to draw a parallel line to this here, right? For that, what we do, we will keep it like this, right? We will keep the set square like this, right? Another set square like this, right? We will now move it down, right? And see that through point O, right, a line is drawn like this, right? Yes. Yes. Now this is point O and this is point B, right? Point O, the line OB is parallel to this, right? And or it is perpendicular to this crank, right? So this particular line is perpendicular to crank, perpendicular to OB, perpendicular to crank, will put it as perpendicular to crank OB, right? Now this is velocity of B with respect to O, right? And which direction it will be? It will be along this. So velocity of B relative to O will be like this, right? Now next thing is velocity of B with respect to, see, velocity of B with respect to P or velocity of P with respect to B, how to draw. How will you draw that? See how the velocity of b with respect to p will be. See, when it goes like this, velocity of b will be upwards, right? So we'll put the this one z square like this and put a line like this, right? So this is velocity of b with respect to p, right? So what we have to do? We have to draw a line parallel to this through this, right? So that means what we will do? We will put the z square like this, right? We will put the z square like this and coincide with this line, right? And we'll try to extend it like this, right? We'll try to extend it like this, right? Yeah. Then what we'll do? We'll keeping this perpendicular to this, right? We'll draw another line like this, right? Now what we have to do? We have to keep it coinciding with this line, right? We have to keep it coinciding with this line, right? And finish this particular vector. So it will be like this, right? So now this is point. See, the piston is moving along this line, right? So this will be point P, right? So velocity of v with respect to p will be, right? Velocity of v with respect to p will be, it will be like this. Velocity of v with respect to p, right? Have you understood? So this is velocity of v with respect to p. What is this line indicate? This will give you the velocity of p with respect to O, or that is equal to velocity of piston p, right? So that is what it gives, this particular vector, right? So now it is very easy. Now from this, see, now we have drawn the velocity diagram. This is your velocity diagram. Now velocity diagram is completed. Velocity diagram is completed, right? Velocity diagram is completed. Now we'll see how we can draw the acceleration diagram, right? Or we'll put it here. Acceleration diagram, how we will complete it, let us see. Acceleration diagram, we'll see how to complete, right? As I told you, to find the acceleration diagram, what we should do? We should find out, see, first of all, let us see. Now this is point O, this is small p, right? And this is small b, right? And this is PBO, VBP, like this, right? So let us now start the acceleration diagram with O dash, right? So now, see, whenever we start drawing a velocity diagram or acceleration diagram, we should always start with the crank only, right? So as I told you earlier, acceleration radial BO is equal to, what is that? Omega into omega square OB, right? Omega is already known. Omega is nothing but 2 pi n by 60. So that I have already explained you, that is known. OB is also known. This is known, this is known. So this is known, right? We will calculate it, right? And what will do? In which direction it will act? It will act in this direction. This is A radial BO, right? This is A radial B. This is what it is, right? So A radial BO will be along the crank, right? So what we will do? We will draw a line parallel. We will just say already this line will simply extend, right? The crank line will simply extend like this, right? We will extend like this, right? We will extend. We will extend like this. We will extend the crank line like this, and we will put, yeah. We'll make a perpendicular line to this, right, like this. And if you make it to coincide with this line and draw a line, see, a radial acceleration towards origin, right? So based on this, you draw a line parallel to crank, so it will be like this, right? What is this line? This is representing a radial of B with respect to O, right? And what is this point? This point is nothing but, this is O, this is B, means it is B dash, right? See, acceleration is represented by dash superscribed over it, right? Whereas velocity is not represented like that, right? And now we have to see, now this is A radial BO is this. What is A tangential BO? A tangent, see each acceleration has got two components, right? So A tangential BO is equal to alpha into OB, right? Alpha and whereas alpha is 0 because it is rotating with uniform angular velocity or with constant RPM as it is rotating, alpha is 0. So this value is 0. So A tangential component becomes 0. As it becomes 0, this is O dash and this is B dash, right? So now only one component is there as one is 0, right? So next thing is we have to find out, see along this A dash B with respect to P will be along this, right? A acceleration of B with respect to P will be along this, right? How will you find this acceleration of B with respect to P? To do that, first of all, we should know what is the omega of BP, because omega should be known, right? Omega of BP is equal to velocity of BP divided by length BP, right? So velocity of BP, here you can measure, right? You can measure this and you can multiply by scale, you will get what is the actual value of velocity of B with respect to P, and that you substitute here. Length BP is already given, length of conducting rod is known, so this value is known, right? Once you find this, acceleration of radial with respect to BP is equal to, right? With this, having found this, right? Having from velocity diagram, we will find this, right? So A radial BP is equal to omega square BP into length BP. You calculate this and find out what is its value. Now this is also known, right? So what you do? Now this A radial BP in which direction acts? Along the length of the connecting rod it acts, right? So what you do? You simply you do one thing. Yes, we'll simply extend it, right, like this. So along the length of the connecting rod, we'll simply extend it like this, right? We'll simply extend it like this, right? We'll simply extend it like this, and still we'll extend it, right? So that that line has to be brought here, right? We'll still extend it like this, right? And what we'll do? We'll make a perpendicular to this now, right? We'll draw a perpendicular to this now, like this, right? And we'll draw a perpendicular. We'll extend this line, right? We'll extend this line like this, right? Now, if you draw a line for keeping this here like this, right? Yeah, keeping it like this, coinciding this line here, right? You simply draw this particular vector, right? So this is known. Take it to the same scale as you have taken this, and let us assume that comes up to this point, right? So this is your point X, because what is this? This is A radial BP, right? And still you don't know the tangential acceleration, and it is not that easy to find out the tangential acceleration also, right? Because tangential acceleration, we are now only drawing the acceleration diagram. How will we know the tangential acceleration of BP? We do not know, right? So what you do? Normally, always rather, radial acceleration and the tangential acceleration will be perpendicular to each other, right? So what I do from this point, which is from point X, I draw a perpendicular, right? I draw a perpendicular line like this, right? So this will contain tangential acceleration, right? So how does the piston, acceleration of piston will be? Along this line it will be, right? So you simply complete, or this line and this line where it meets, that point should be point P, right? This point should be point P dash, Yeah, this should be point P dash, right? Point P dash. Yeah, this is piston and this is B dash, right? This is B dash. Now, this is your acceleration diagram, right? So what you have to find out? See, this is your tangential acceleration, right? So, tangential acceleration will be like this, right? A tangential, B with respect to P, right? B with respect to P. So, if you want to find out what will be the angular acceleration, how will you find? So, how will you find the angular acceleration of conducting rod? So, A tangential acceleration of BP is equal to alpha into BP, right? Well, here this can be measured. This is known. This is known. So, alpha can be found out from this, right? So, angular acceleration of conducting rod can be found. Yes, from this diagram we can find. Now, a radial acceleration, that is known already. And if you want to find out the acceleration of B with respect to P, how will you find? So for that we have to join this line, right? So we have to join this line, right? Like this. So what is this line? This is this line. I'm sorry. This line, acceleration of B with respect to P, right? Acceleration of B with respect to P, this one, right? So if you measure this and multiply by scale, you will get angular acceleration of B with respect to, that is absolute acceleration of B with respect to P, right? So let us assume you are fixing some point E here, right? And let us assume at a particular distance E, we want to, at this point, we want to find out what is the absolute acceleration. How will you find? So for this, what you do? So this formula has to be used, right? BE divided by BP, right? Into, see, P is here, some point E will be coming over here. So how will you find this PE? So this should be B by BP. For BP, BE length is there. So for this length, B dash P dash, right? B dash P dash, length P dash P dash. If you are sorry, I'm sorry, right? Yeah, length B, right? Length B dash P dash. If you put, right? So if you this length, if you measure and multiply, we will find out what is the length E dash P dash, right? Or yeah, E dash P dash, right? We will get the length E dash P dash. So for that length, we have to mark it here, right? And you simply join it like this, right? And you join it like this. And you join it like this, right? With origin, right? That is O dash, right? That is O dash, right? So this will give you the absolute acceleration of E with respect to O, right? See, if I put a ray R, it is radial component. If I put T, it is tangential component. If I do not put anything, it is absolute acceleration, right? So now we have found the absolute acceleration of any point on the connecting rod. So at this point, you know, the absolute acceleration will be parallel to this. If I draw parallel to it like this, you see it like this, A of E with respect to O will be there, right? A of E with respect to O will be there. So this is what this is theta, right? E with respect to O will be there, right? So this is how we have drawn the acceleration diagram, and we have found out the acceleration of any point on, see, at this point we will let it be if it is going to be G. In the same way, you have to calculate, and you can easily find out what is the absolute acceleration of point G on the connecting rod, right? Any point, for any point on the connecting rod and for any point on the crank, we can always find out very easily the absolute acceleration of the that particular point on the mechanism, right? So thank you.